Shema Yasha'Allah Yahweh Halachayinawa Yahweh Achad. Shema Yasha'Allah Yahweh Halachayinawa Yahweh Achad. Shema Yasha'Allah Yahweh Halachayinawa Yahweh Achad. Hear Israel, Yahweh our power, Yahweh is one. We are back at you with another lesson, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakak Wadash. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of the great millstone that to us is true. Salutes to all the sincere elect out there, keep on pushing up, Kim. You must have this bitch. So, yes, man. As I said, the Shema prayer. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our power, Yahweh is one. And everything gonna be one with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai once again, through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And that's the goal. Yahshua Allah, specifically the elect, gonna be one with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Not to mention the squirrels, the squirrels and all the Most High's creation. The whole world was made for our sake. While I was just strolling through, meditating on the highest gift that the Most High has bestowed upon man. Right? Because there's a lot. If you really get into it, there's a whole heap. He created the whole world for our sakes. But on top of all of that, when he gave us Yahushai, when he gave Yahushai as that blood sacrifice, through Yahushai we are healed. Right? And yes, the rabbit hole does go deep. I may have to go into it a little bit in a sit down, a little bit more. But the highest gift he bestowed upon man was the Holy Spirit. Lambacking off the elders and the apostles Tuesday sit down. The highest gift that was bestowed upon us, sinful creation, was the gift of the Holy Spirit, which entails a whole lot. But specifically, we're going to talk about faith. We're going to talk about faith, right? That's all in Hebrews. Talks about faith, right? Faith that you don't see, but that's what makes it faith, because you don't see it. And I'm going to quote scriptures, Lord willing. Some of them I may read them, but as a matter of fact, I don't want to butcher this one. Let's read. I'm going to read Hebrews 11, the well-known precept. Hebrews 11. Now from the top it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for the evidence of things not seen. Right? That we hope, things that we don't see, but we hope to see. Not long now. Right? And there is evidence, right, when you see with your mind's eye, when you see with your spirit, because the Most High has opened up our third eye, our pineal gland. So there's a lot of evidence. You heard the term blind faith. Well, a good example is Moses. He was able to see the things that most people couldn't see, the invisible things. As a matter of fact, there's a whole heap of scriptures on that, but I'm going to use Moses as the example. He saw the things not seen, why he was able to continue and escape Pharaoh's grasp, or leave Pharaoh and go into the lowly position of who he really was, which was a Hebrew Israelite, and suffer the same sufferings as his fellow man, the Hebrew Israelite. He was I'm gonna might as well jump down and get it. All right, Hebrews. We're just going in the spirit while I was out here, just reflecting, meditating on a lot of the things that the Most High has given us, aka the whole world, and the Holy Spirit, which entails a whole lot of things. So Hebrews 11, let's jump down. One of my favorites. Get the dust off this one. There's a whole lot here, but let's get straight to the point. 23. By faith Moses, when he was born was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child, and they not afraid of the king's commandments. By faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh. Yep, because he was brought up in the house of Pharaoh, and all that entails with being royalty, right? He came up, Moses, in them days Pharaoh was like seen as a god. Moses came up in the house of Pharaoh, was treated like royalty, right? And he had all the trimmings that goes along with being treated like royalty, right? By faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. He was brought up by Pharaoh's daughter, right? For those that saw the Ten Commandments movie, there's some truth in there, but you just got to pick out the bones. Yeah, choosing rather to suffer the affliction with the people of God, than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Yep, right. Self-explanatory. Moses refused to be caught up with all the trimmings and the trappings of the royalty, right? All the delicacies. A lot of it was probably against the laws anyway. Not probably. They didn't keep the laws of the Most High, so there's a whole heap of abominations that was, under that position, being in that position, brought up as royalty, and no doubt there was a lot of pride, being a lot of pride, a lot of arrogance, and he would have seen, it's even in the Ten Commandments movie, he would have seen his people being mistreated horribly. As a matter of fact, when you get into it, what he did, he had to slay one of the Egyptians, and then he ended up slaying one of the Egyptians and and hiding as a fugitive, right? But the point here is in 25 of Hebrews 11, causing rather to suffer the affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, because this kingdom, right, just like Egypt, this kingdom is just for a season, right? It's under an egg timer. Like I said yesterday, there's woes, and all the woes you can think of is coming down. Destruction is being poured onto this kingdom. Ultimately, when Yahushua returns, those woes, right? The woes from the apocalypse, right? The woes from the plagues, the horses, right? The plagues, the pale horse, the judgments, the famine that's coming. They're all woes, which means destruction upon this place. So this place is under woes, an egg timer, right? So it's just for a season. Everything in this place is just for a season, just like the time of Pharaoh, Moses, and you can talk about all the other kingdoms that came and went too, the ancient kingdoms that came and went too. In Daniel's 2, also in Daniel 7, those ancient kingdoms was only for a time. They came and went, right? Short-lived. One kingdom rise, one kingdom fall. So this place here, Babylon, is against the wall. There's a song, one of them old songs that talk about that. I'm gonna be doing more of these types of videos just while I'm out here doing my little trek. Just pitch up next to a tree and get charged up next to a tree and just pull out my camera and just go in in the spirit. I'm gonna be doing more videos like this. Now we're in spring now. Just gonna hitch up, and who knows what it's gonna be like when we're like nomads, moving from place to place, roaming from place to place. Who knows what it's gonna be like? But no doubt this gets you used to it, just being roaming around and being out and about in the open, right? Getting your vitamin D fix, being out, getting the fresh air, puts you in that frame of mind, and you're able to reflect as well when you're around the birds and the bees. It helps you to reflect and have a certain type of mindset. Like this world was created for our sake, well and truly. Yeah? Causing rather to suffer the affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, esteeming the reproach of a Mashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt. Right? Esteeming the afflictions, right, which means the sufferings under being a Hebrew Israelite, right? We're talking about the gifts of the Holy Spirit, he rather suffer the afflictions of the Egyptians, which we are doing now. We've took that position on because we have something far greater, which is the gift. Right? When you get into that, John chapters 14 and 26 talks about the Comforter, the Holy Spirit. The Comforter, the Holy Spirit, which is a gift, the highest gift. There's no gift higher that you can get. The highest gift that the Most High has bestowed upon his elect, specifically, right, his people. Oh, here we go again. One crazy dog running up and down. Anyway, rather to suffer the affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, esteeming the reproach of a Mashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. It's all about the reward. It's all about the reward, Akim. Right? That's what we look forward to. Right? The reward. So this gift that the Most High has bestowed upon us can't be compared with anything else. Like I say, the rabbit hole does go deep. Right? The most important, highest gift that could be bestowed upon us is the Holy Spirit, which entails a lot of other things as well. Faith, right? Faith, new bodies, the chariots. Oh, by the way, I had you might call a welcome hello last night when I just opened my door. I looked out the window and I said, "What's that?" And it looked like a star. And when I examined it closer, some things are just for your eyes only, but when I examined it closer, there was 4 flickerings, which were chariots, just flickering, right, in formation. So in the spirit, we're going to start to see chariots beyond chariots, beyond chariots, beyond chariots. We're not dismayed, but we know we're going to see chariots beyond chariots, beyond chariots soon. So that was a welcome. Yeah, the chariots are back. We're going to start seeing more. We're going to start seeing more now. So this, like I say, this was a quick hitter while I was on my little there's a whole lot of scriptures we could have get into, but future video sit downs of the Most High has bestowed upon mankind the highest gift that can be bestowed, right? Faith, which is a gift, right, which entails a whole lot of other things as well. So what more can you say? The Wada Yehovah Bashim Oshai Kala Yehovah Bashim Oshai Bashem Rakak Wadash. While I was on my little pit stop, I just said, let me just put up a quick impromptu. Lord willing, it was edifying to all the sincere Akim. Once again, double honors to all the elders and our apostles of Great Millstone that taught us his truth. And salutes to all the sincere elect out there in the time of Jacob's trouble, sellouts, agents, and those that took the bag. Apostates, sellouts, and agents. So they're on their way down. This kingdom's on its way down, while Yahshua Allah, we're on our way up. Till the next